and batters the Persian ships.
Where we fight! Come and get them! Everything! That's the best you can do!
The movie begins in Sparta, a society built entirely on strength, where weak infants are abandoned and the strong are groomed for war. At just 7 years old, a young prince named Leonidas is forced into the Agode, a brutal state training system designed to strip away fear and forge unbreakable soldiers. During his youth, Leonidas faces a defining rite of passage. Stranded alone in the wilderness, he must survive a massive wolf. Relying on intellect rather than brute force, he lures the beast into a narrow rock passage to neutralize its size and kills it. This lesson stays with him forever. A smaller force can defeat a massive army if it controls the battlefield. Years later, Leonidas is crowned king of Sparta, earning the fierce loyalty of his men by bleeding alongside them. Meanwhile, across the sea, the massive Persian Empire under Emperor Xerxes is swallowing nations. When arrogant Persian envoys arrive in Sparta, demanding complete submission, Leonidas listens patiently before giving a historic response. He roars, "This is Sparta!" Leonidas seeks to mobilize Sparta's army. However, corrupt politicians and high priests, secretly bribed with Persian gold, forbid the army from marching during a sacred religious festival. Realizing official help will arrive too late, Leonidas exploits a loophole. While he cannot legally command the army, he can take his personal bodyguard on a walk. He handpicks 300 elite, battle-hardened veterans, specifically choosing men who already have living sons to carry on their family lines. As they march north, they align with a few thousand soldiers from neighboring city-states. When an Arcadian leader mocks the tiny Spartan contingent, Leonidas asks the Arcadians what they do for a living. They shout back that they are potters, blacksmiths, and farmers. Leonidas turns to his own men and demands, "What is your profession?" 300 professional killers answer with a single terrifying war cry. The Greeks arrive at Thermopylae. The hot gates, strategically perfect, narrow bottleneck bordered by steep cliffs on one side and the sea on the other. Soon, the horizon vanishes beneath millions of Persian troops. But the narrow geography completely neutralizes Xerxes' overwhelming numbers. When a Persian emissary demands they surrender their weapons, Leonidas responds simply, "Come and take them." The assault begins. The Spartans lock their heavy bronze shields, creating a wall of iron and muscle. Funneled into the tight pass, waves of light Persian infantry are systematically butchered by the rhythmic thrusts of Spartan spears. Utterly humiliated, Xerxes unleashes the Immortals, his personal elite guard. In a brutal clash under heavy fog, steel meets steel. But the unbroken Spartan phalanx chews up the Immortals just like the rest. Burying the pass under a mountain of Persian dead,
Xerxes has taken to the test. man who
Devastated and seeking revenge, Ephialtes defects to Xerxes. In exchange for wealth and acceptance, the traitor reveals a secret: hidden mountain goat path that completely bypasses the Greek defenses. The next morning, scouts bring the fatal news. Persian forces have navigated the path and encirclement is inevitable. Knowing the battle is lost, Leonidas orders his Greek allies to retreat so they can live to tell the story. The 300 Spartans stay behind, choosing a glorious death to ignite a fire of resistance across Greece. The final stand is pure chaos. Attacked from all sides and outnumbered thousands to one, the Spartans fight like demons, using broken spears, shattered swords. And eventually, their bare teeth, Xerxes approaches under heavy guard, offering Leonidas a final chance to kneel and live, falling to one knee to gain leverage. Leonidas throws his spear with the last of his strength. The weapon cuts a deep gash across Xerxes' cheek. The impossible has happened. The self-proclaimed God-King bleeds, destroying the myth of his divinity forever. Enraged, Xerxes orders his archers to fire. A colossal storm of arrows blots out the sun, and the last defenders of Thermopylae fall, though the pass belongs to Persia. The Spartan sacrifice changes everything. The story of their ultimate stand spreads like wildfire, acting as a unifying rallying cry 1 year later. A unified Greek army of over 40,000 free men stands at the Battle of Plataea. Dilios, a surviving Spartan storyteller, delivers a thunderous speech to the troops, reminding them of the heroes who bought their freedom with blood. As the massive army locks shields and marches forward, the film ends by reminding us that true victory is not measured by survival, but by what your sacrifice inspires in others.